Opo, doon po sa patient transport vehicle, ngayon lang din po nagbibigay ang PAGCOR. So, in the past, 22, 23, 24, wala
Madam
po.
Chair,
so I'm sorry.
Well, I really understand that some of the programs are implemented for 2025 only. What we're asking is a written policy guideline.
Madam Chair.
And hopefully submitted, Madam Chair, in my watch, it's 12:15. Hopefully by 3 o'clock, Madam Chair, before they leave, so I can actually register for the second round and ask regarding the policy and guidelines, Madam Chair.
I will have to call the office and check.
Madam
They
Chair,
can send it right now.
I thought this is a budget hearing. And supposedly, how many people are there at the back of the good chairman? And yet they have to submit and they have to call the office.
No, I just want, Madam Chair, Congressman Imano, all I'm saying is, because the policy is not actually a written policy.
See there, it's not a written policy.
As I said, for the Department of Education, we are getting the information from them. So, kami po ay funder lamang. Sila po kasi ang may expertise as to where those classrooms should be constructed.
So, just to understand po, Chair Tenko, so ibig sabihin po, pag may request na nag-emanate from LGUs or from different sources, hindi po tumatanggap yung PAGCOR direction na request?
Tinatanggap po namin, but we refer it to the Department of Education. Kaya po meron silang binibigay sa amin na tinatawag na short list.
So lahat po ng request na dumadating sa inyo?
Ang gusto po namin talaga, at ito po naman yung naging request din dito ng mga congressman dati, makarating po ito maski sa malalayong mga lugar. Kaya wala naman po kaming kakayahan at hindi namin alam kung sino yung ilan yung pagkukulang ng mga classroom. So, we are dependent on the Department of Education regarding this matter.
Madam Chair, if I may.
Go ahead.
The answer is actually not acceptable. Because if there is no policy, so ang ibig sabihin, halimbawa ito yung sa department, I'll be asking this during the Department of Education sa budget hearing. So sa transport vehicle, sabi niya sa PCSO lang. And ang katunayan pala, wala silang policy. So, ang tanong kung sinong pipili. So, he's saying that he's augmenting to PCSO. Is he saying that PCSO decides who will be given? Then they just supply those patient transport vehicle, Madam Chair. Yun lang Madam Chair, I'm asking for policy. And ngayon, malinaw, wala pa na silang policy. I don't know which is which already, Madam Chair.
So, as I mentioned, we are dependent for classrooms on Department of Education. For others, they have for the wellness center or socio-civic. Kasi limited po rin yung budget namin for these infrastructure projects. So, hindi kamukha sa classrooms. We can, school buildings, ang budget po namin is only 100 for 125 school buildings. Yung hanggang dun lang po ang kaya namin ibigay. Sa transport vehicles po, ang kaya lang po namin ipagkaloob, 200 lang po. So, we are really coordinating with PCSO regarding the ETVs. Tapos, tama po kayo, may mga sumusulat din sa amin na pag in-assess naman namin at malalayong lugar at kailangan, pinagkakalooban po namin. Pero as to whether we have a specific guideline, I'll be very honest, wala po kaming specific guideline. We are dependent on the other. Parang kami po kasi augmentation lamang. So, Department of Education, padadalang kami nung tinatawag nila as AVP Balcos just said, a short list because sila po ang ka-coordinate namin. So, doon kami nagbabase po. At sa PTV naman, ang PCSO po, meron din kaming pakikipag-unay. So, yung amin po kasi really hindi po massive, very limited din yung amin pwedeng maitulong with regard to this. So, anyway, we will be coordinating with you, Congressman Emano, lalo lang doon sa sinabi niyong meron na palang natanggap daw na dalawa na o pangatlo na, we will be coordinating with your office po to clarify this matter.
Yeah. Madam Chair, the reason that I was asking for policy, inuulit po ng chairman natin na they are very limited, augmentation lang. the more that we should have a policy para malinaw kung sino talaga yung priority. That was the question na Madam Chair. Para malinaw kung ito lahat, kung may policy. Kasi, halimbawa, okay, we give it to DepEd, then DepEd decides who will be given these classrooms. So if the DepEd says, okay, we'll give barangay or municipality or province A this classroom. So yun na yun. O sinabi ng DepEd, yun na ba yun? Or that has to go to a deliberation process? Or is there a way where they'll be able to hopefully make it clear and transparent? I thank actually the chairman for his honesty. Clear and transparent way of deciding which and who will be given.
Madam Chair, yes, kung ano po yung binigay ng DepEd sa amin, especially yung tinatawag na shortlist, we immediately, as identified, let DPWH know na doon pupunta yun. That is my honest answer to Congressman Eman.
You know, earlier, Madam Chair, this is conflicting, Madam Chair. Earlier, the statement was, he gives those projects or funds or number of classrooms to the department and decides. And now he's saying, he give it to them, but they identify. I actually...
Liliwana, if you do not mind, Congressman, I'll just clarify.
Yes, Madam Chair, would be very happy to understand what he's saying.
Ganito po, we have been working with DepEd for the last few months. I think it would be better if AVP Balcos will answer. But sa amin pong pakikipag-usap sa kanila, Congressman Emano, ang priority po talaga ng DepEd, mabigyan ng eskwelahan yung tulay na nangangailangan. Hindi na po namin sinasala yun, hindi na po namin tinitingnan yun. We are highly dependent on the Department of Education. Kaya ito pong unang listahan ay nagmula po sa shortlist nila. Ang tawag po nila ay shortlist. Kumbaga, yun po yung nangangailangan kagad. Doon po sa katanungan yung, meron bang deliberasyon pa yan? Wala na pong deliberasyon because the idea is really to expedite the construction. Kaya po, tinutulak din namin ng Department of Public Works and Highways dahil sila rin po ang mag-i-implement ng construction site. So, wala pong deliberation na nagaganap, Congressman Emano. Automatic po, pag nanggaling na po sa DepEd shortlist, kagad pong pino-forward na namin yan doon sa DPWH. Yun po ang sitwasyon.
Yeah, actually, Madam Chair, the longer that we ask questions, mas lalo akong nalilito, Madam Chair. Honestly, I do not see a transparent, clear guideline on how we implement these projects, Madam Chair. Yun lang would like to register, Madam Chair, for the policy questions during the second round. But as of now, I'm hoping that by 3 p.m., there will be a guideline or a semblance of a guideline or kahit na lang, parang direction chart na lang. From here, pupunta rito, tapos dito, then ito approve na. Kahit ganun kasimple na lang, kung walang guidelines. Kasi, sa konting, last na lang talaga, Madam Chair, sa konting at saka limited numbers, limited slots, lalong magkakagulo to, Madam Chair, kung walang clear na direction guidelines. Parang, the way I look at it and the way I understood is, parang, kung gusto namin, kung malakas ka, okay. Parang ganun eh. So, it's not fair. So, what I'm hoping for is, by 3 p.m., before we adjourn, or even approve their budget, Madam Chair, that it will be submitted and hopefully will be asked during the second round of this representation, Madam Chair. Would that be possible, Madam Chair?
Okay. Siguro po, Chair Tenko, before I
Chairperson Swansing, as I had mentioned earlier, and it was acknowledged by the Congressman, we do not have a formal guideline. We are banking on, let's talk of school buildings, we are banking on the Department of Education to let us know where it is needed, and then we just fund it. We just refer the matter to DPWH. That is how informal it is, Congressman Emano. It really starts from...
Madam Chair, it cannot be informal when you're talking of funds of the Republic of the Philippines, Madam Chair. Ha? It has to be formal. It has to be written. Kahit nga, di ba, local government, when I was mayor, when I was governor, kahit bibili ka sa sakong simento, dapat may resibo yan eh. And it cannot be informal. It has to be very clear policy, Madam Chair.
I think the person in charge is here now, and he can now brief us on how it starts and where it goes.
That would be very much appreciated, AVP Balcos. If you may please enlighten the body as to the guidelines, the selection criteria, I guess the split in terms of responsibility. Kasi siguro po, medyo dun po siguro lumalabo na at the start of the year, halimbawa po, if PAGCOR determines that you can provide 125 classrooms, do you provide that number to DepEd? So, sasabihin niyo po ba sa DepEd, meron kaming maibibigay na 125 classrooms ngayong taon. Pwede ba kayo magbigay ng shortlist na naglalaman ng 125 na classrooms na pinaka-nangangailangan? Similarly, for patient transport vehicles, ganun din po ba sa simula ng taon, sasabihin po ng PAGCOR, kaya po namin magbigay ng 200 na mga PTVs ngayong taon. Kakausapin niyo po ba yung PCSO na pwede niyo po bang ibigay yung listahan ng 200 na mga lugar na pwede nating bigyan ng PTV? Siguro yun po yung main point of clarification ni Kong Emano, ni DS Emano, na kanino nang gagaling yung numero na 125 at 200? Kayo ba yung nagsasabi na hanggang dito lang kami, bigyan nyo kami ng listahan DepEd, bigyan nyo kami ng listahan PCSO, or magbibigay ba si PCSO at DepEd ng shortlist at kayo magsasabi, okay, out of the 500 na ninominate nyo, 125 lang yung kaya namin bigyan ng classrooms, or out of the 500 na ninominate nyo para sa PTVs, 200 lang din yung mabibigyan ng classroom. Siguro po, yun ang gusto naming malaman kasi po, mahalaga kasi na as DS Emano said, we're able to allocate resources to where they're most needed. So yun po siguro, sana GIDA o last mile areas yung mabibigyan ng classrooms, or yung PTVs, yung mga munisipyo pa po na wala pang mga PTV o mga ambulansya. So, yun po siguro, if you may please enlighten the body as to the guidelines.
Yeah, and if I may add, Madam Chair, very short na lang, that earlier it was also mentioned that they have a memorandum of agreement with the Department of Education already. Can we be given a copy of the memorandum of agreement? If they have a memorandum of agreement with the DPWH already, can we be furnished a copy of the memorandum of agreement? If they have a memorandum of agreement of DOH, PCSO, can this committee be furnished, Madam Chair? It would be very easy. If they have, they can only download, Madam Chair. If not, they can have their office send it here, Madam Chair, and have it printed. Would that be possible, Madam Chair?
Chair Tenko, AVP Balcos.
Madam Chair, Congressman Emano, yung sa yung sa joint memorandum circular, it was a GMC po that was signed between PAGCOR, DepEd, and DPWH, infrastructure projects. Meron po, siguro po, up to this afternoon, we can send a copy of the GMC. Yun po yung sinign. When it comes to the infra projects, in addition to what the chairman said po, wala pa nga po tayong nasisimulan for this year. For the we call that the flagship projects of PAGCOR. It all starts with a request naman po.
Yeah, Madam Chair, I very well understand that they're trying to explain, and the more they explain it, Madam Chair, it's getting more difficult to understand. Can they submit it by 3 p.m., Madam Chair, so I can yield my time because other members, dalawang bell na yun, Madam Chair. Baka sabihin nila, ba't si Bambi or si Kong o si DSO, but mas maraming oras sa kanya? It's not fair. Can they just submit by 3 p.m., Madam Chair? I'll be back by 3 p.m. Hopefully, I'll be able to read and ask them questions about what document that they are in possession with as of the moment, Madam Chair. Would that be possible, Madam Chair?
The JMC for the between DepEd, PAGCOR, and DPWH, ma'am, we can send po.
Does that contain the details po requested by DSM?
Yes, for the infrastructure projects
Yeah,
po.
for
How
PTV, all those I asked earlier, Madam Chair,